Okay, so get this. We're diving deep into the story about the downfall of Sean Diddy Combs.
Indeed.
Yeah, the
Oh, wow.
music mogul.
Right.
The vote or die T-shirts.
The guy with all the Ciroc.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's facing some pretty serious allegations. We're talking like racketeering, sex trafficking, forced labor, charges that could put him away in prison for life.
Wow, that's a long way from the Diddy we thought we knew. Like the charismatic entrepreneur, the philanthropist. Yeah. But this deep dive that we're going to be doing today really reveals like a much darker picture, and this is based on the Piers Morgan Uncensored panel discussion.
Yeah, this is juicy stuff.
It is juicy.
It's like firsthand accounts, legal experts, like we're getting to the nitty-gritty here.
Yeah, and it brings up a lot of questions about power and wealth.
Yeah.
And the potential abuse that just kind of lurks under the surface of the industry.
It's kind of like this dark side of Hollywood.
Yeah.
So before we get too far, let's just rewind a little bit.
Okay.
Last year, Diddy was at the top of his game, right? He's accepting awards at the VMAs. He's hanging out with all the A-listers.
Right. Global Icon Award. He was killing it.
Global Icon. That's right.
Like everybody wanted to be around him.
Yeah, he was like the guy. And then boom, seemingly out of nowhere, this huge indictment.
Yeah.
And this indictment, it really kind of paints this picture of abuse and criminal activity. And it's not like just a one-off thing. We're talking like allegedly over a decade.
Yeah. One legal expert, Bruce Rivers, was on the panel, and he said that Diddy could face life in prison.
I mean, a life sentence, what does that even mean for a guy like Diddy?
Yeah, like a guy that built his whole empire on his persona.
And like, what does it say about us, as a society? That can someone like that be held accountable?
What kind of precedent does that set?
Yeah, it's a huge question.
Big questions. Now, one of the things that's come up is this whole Diddy after dark.
Okay, so tell me about that.
So it's these parties that he would throw with a very sinister undercurrent. We're talking drugs and coercion and just a level of control.
Yeah.
That was way beyond a typical party.
Like way beyond.
Way beyond.
One of the things that I thought was really interesting was that there was this detail that he didn't allow guests to bring their own security.
Why would you do that?
To the party.
Yeah.
Right. It just feels controlling.
I mean, it suggests he wanted complete control of the environment and people in it.
And then you have this story from the rapper Lord Jamar.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's claiming that Diddy offered to give him a woman at one of these parties.
Yeah, if that's true.
I mean, come on.
How did he view women? It's just disturbing.
And then on top of all that, you have these details from the police raid on his house.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, thousands of bottles of baby oil and lubricant, 3 AR-15s with like defaced serial numbers ammunition.
Like, what was going on there?
Yeah.
That's just unsettling.
It's like, was this all a secret or was this like an open secret?
Well, the panel kind of suggests that a lot of people in the industry,
celebrities too,
may have known about Diddy's behavior for years.
I mean, think about 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And his public taunts about Diddy's sexuality.
Eminem, too.
Eminem.
Wrote some lyrics about him being a raper.
Were they just joking?
Or did they know something?
That's what makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Usher.
His
account of witnessing things at Diddy's flavor camp when he was only 14 years old.
Yeah, he claimed that he saw some things that were really disturbing.
Yeah, if that's true, this could be a pattern of behavior that goes back decades.
Decades, it's a long time.
So why didn't anybody speak up?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
It seemed like the panel was saying there was a lot of fear in the industry.
A culture of complicity.
Yeah, and you got to think Diddy is a powerful guy.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking out against him could have been career suicide.
Or worse.
And Jason Lee, who actually knew Diddy personally.
Oh, wow.
He shared a story about possibly being threatened by him.
Right.
So it's not just losing your career.
Wow.
It's your safety that could be on the line.
And then when you think about the alleged violence associated with Diddy, I mean, the hotel hallway video of him assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura.
It's brutal.
It's shocking.
It's just one example of these abuses that he's accused of.
And then there's that allegation that he paid the hotel $50,000 to cover the whole thing up.
50 grand just to make it go away.
I mean, how often did this kind of thing happen?
That's what's scary. Like, how much did he think he could just buy his way out of trouble?
And it's not just Cassie. There's alleged car bombings a man who claims Diddy shot him in the face.
It's like a whole pattern of violence and intimidation.
It just makes you wonder, was this a master manipulator who crafted this public image? Or was he
just
this volatile abuser driven by this need for power and control?
Yeah, like did he pick his victims carefully?
Right.
People that he could control, people that wouldn't speak up?
And they even talked about the possibility that he was like blackmailing people.
Oh, wow.
Kanye West even said that Diddy was like a Fed recording people.
Recording people.
And then after the whole Cassie Ventura video came out, his plane flew to a country with no extradition.
Oh my God.
What was on that plane?
And what were they hiding?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a lot.
And now he's got to face the music.
He is.
Like the legal process, the plea deals, the conditions he's living in now.
Yeah.
The question is, will he face any real consequences?
Yeah.
Or will his money and power just protect him?
That's the thing. Is it just us or is it justice?
Yeah, some people on the panel were even worried that he would end up like Epstein.
Wow.
Dying before the truth comes out.
That's a scary thought.
It is.
This is heavy stuff.
This is heavy stuff.
It's really making me rethink everything I thought I knew about fame and success.
It is. It makes you think twice about who you idolize. Yeah.
And what goes on behind the scenes.
So, did we as a society just turn a blind eye?
I think that's a question we all have to ask ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, did we value the image more than the truth?
Yeah.
And what does that say about us?
Yeah, this is a lot to process.
A lot to process. You know, it's easy to just focus on Diddy.
Yeah.
But this thing could be so much bigger.
What do you mean?
Like a whole network of people.
Oh, wow.
Maybe even the whole industry.
You think so?
Yeah. Like how many people enabled this behavior who looked the other way?
It makes you think about the whole entertainment industry.
Right?
Like, does the system encourage this kind of exploitation?
Especially in hip-hop.
Yeah.
They glorify misogyny and violence against women.
It's like it's become part of the brand.
It's disturbing. Like these attitudes are just baked in.
Yeah. And it's not just the industry. What about us?
Good point.
The audience.
Right.
Did we just ignore the rumors?
Did we look the other way?
Were we too busy enjoying the music and the lifestyle? We all got to look in the mirror on this one.
Something else that really got to me was the double standard.
Oh, yeah.
Jason Lee brought this up.
I remember.
Diddy gets a trial.
Right.
But so many other black men
don't get the same treatment.
It's just not right.
It's systemic.
It's like we can't talk about Diddy without talking about the bigger issues.
Like salute race class power. It's all connected.
It's heavy stuff.
It is. And you could see it on the panel.
And so.
The emotion, it was raw.
Really?
This wasn't just some TV debate for them.
Wow.
They were grappling with real pain.
Yeah.
It was personal.
It makes you realize that these aren't just stories.
Yeah.
They're real people's lives.
They're real lives.
It's inspiring to see them speaking out.
It is.
It gives me hope.
Me too, that we can change things.
It's powerful.
The truth always is.
So this has been a lot.
It has.
But it's important.
Very important.
It's making us confront some hard truths.
About the industry, about ourselves.
Yeah. So where do we go from here?
I think we keep talking. Yeah. Keep these issues front and center.
We can't let this fade away.
Right. And we got to demand more.
From who?
From the system, the media, the industry.
They need to be held accountable.
And we got to support the victims.
It's not just about Diddy.
It's about everyone.
It's about creating a world where success doesn't come at the cost of other people.
A world where everyone can thrive.
Without exploitation.
Without fear.
This is about building a better future.
Exactly.
This whole deep dive started with Diddy.
Yeah.
But this story is so much bigger.
It's about power and privilege.
And who gets protected.
And who gets silenced.
And this is just the beginning.
The story's not over yet.
We don't know what's going to happen with Diddy.
Or with the industry.
But we can't let this conversation die.
We got to keep pushing for change.
Keep asking questions.
And holding people accountable.
And remember that we all have a role to play.
In making a better world.
It's like we peeled back the curtain and found all this darkness.
Yeah, it's a real wake-up call.
So what now? Like, what does accountability even look like?
Well, legally, Diddy's facing a ton of charges.
Yeah.
Racketeering, sex trafficking, forced labor.
It's serious stuff.
It is, and this is going to be a long process.
We think so.
Oh, yeah. Lots of legal maneuvering, probably plea deals, appeals.
Right.
But Diddy deserves his day in court.
Before.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I think no matter what happens in court,
yeah,
his image is tarnished.
For sure.
That carefully crafted persona.
It's gone.
Like money and fame can't protect you from everything.
Nope.
And maybe this is the start of a new era.
I hope so.
In the music industry,
people are demanding more.
More transparency.
Yeah.
More accountability.
And more respect.
You know, one thing that keeps coming back to me is this idea of complicity.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about Diddy.
No, it's about the whole system.
The people who look the other way?
The people who stayed silent.
Yeah.
The culture of silence.
It's like everyone's afraid to speak up.
Lose your job. Get blacklisted.
Retaliation.
Yeah, people need to feel safe to come forward.
I've been thinking a lot about my own role in this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, as a music fan, am I part of the problem?
It's a question we all got to ask.
Yeah.
We got to be more critical of the media we consume.
Hold people accountable.
Support artists who align with our values.
Yeah, we can't just be passive.
We got to be active in shaping the culture.
It's like this deep dive has really opened my eyes.
Yeah.
It's made me question everything.
So what do you think now? Was this a surprise or was it always there?
It's hard to say, but it's definitely made me think.
And what do you think this means for the music industry? For our culture?
I think we're at a turning point.
I think you're right.
This is just the beginning.
It's a long road ahead, but hopefully this deep dive has given you something to think about. Keep asking questions.
Right.
Stay informed. And remember, you have the power to make a difference.